Hello and welcome back to Master Game Design Unreal Engine 5 Stylized Environment and Third-Person Blueprint course. In the last lesson, we left off with some bugs on the typewriter system and the quest system, and I did some toying around to figure out why. One of them was really weird to find. But first things first. First of all, we need the tag. As you can see, I have here interactable. So our quest giver should have the tag interactable since we want to interact with it, because this is the way we are detecting our items. So I'm gonna copy paste this. Actually, I wrote it on our tags, so our player can interact with the quest giver. The collision cube that we have will be set as a target. Now, the second thing that we need to change, small change, would be to set the text on the widget, the would you quest message. When we play the message, we should set the text to no text, because we have a starting timer on the typewriter. So we have the original delay, which right now is 0.14. So for 0.1 seconds, it will show the previous message. Now, the big one that took me a while to figure out why, and when I was trying the project to see the mechanics, it didn't pop an error, is that we are asking to go +1 on the length of the array. This means, now how arrays work. Arrays start with 0 to whatever, not unlimited, but a high number. I can't remember what is the max. But when we are counting, when we are getting indexes, the maximum of the length cannot be the maximum index. That's why we have the last index. Because this is the number of items. It says it on the tooltip. It's the number of items in the array, and this is the indexes. So this is actually minus 1 of the length. But we do need the length +1 because we are leaving the first letter, so empty. So how this typewriter works, basically, maybe I should explain this first. We are setting values to 0, and we're giving a small delay before it starts writing. But when it starts writing, the first letter that it will give us is empty, because we assigned it to empty. Else we could assign the first letter to the first index. But a typewriter has usually a space on the first letter. So yeah, this is how it works. And then it keeps adding, after it puts the first letter, it moves the index +1. But before it moves the index +1, it adds the 0 index, because this is without the +1. So the first time it runs the 0 index to the string that we have, the local string here. And then it moves +1 index. So the next time this will run, since this is not length +1, this will rerun and go to add what we have assigned here. Anyway, and it will go on. So on the last index, it will request, it will pass the last letter here and we will print it, but it will request an index more than it should and go and do a +1 and exit. So what we need to do is make this a little bit of a mess, more mess than it is already. So I'm going to move this here, put a branch here, and actually, sorry, I don't need a branch. What I need is just going to copy paste this assign, here. I'm gonna remove the +1. So when it's the last index, when it's equal to the length, and it's true, I want to go to exit, but actually I need a sequence here. So one of them will go to exit, and the second one, we're gonna get this from here, reroute. And connect it here. So we are getting our full text local variable and assign to it the already set from the previous cycle local integer. Now, for sure, this is not the best way to do it, but as a fix, it's gonna work. Maybe put this down here, change this to here, and this to here. And then I'm gonna connect this to set text. Well, actually, to be honest, this needs to happen first. So not that it matters, because a sequence fires everything simultaneously, basically. It's called a sequence, but everything is firing in an order, but we are talking about less than milliseconds. Anyway, compile and save. Just treat it as they are all firing together. This means that their executable lines will go independently. Like if I had a delay here, this line would continue firing whatever event, even if there is a delay here. Anyway, we delete this delay, compile and save, art. Anyway, and this should fix our problems. So let's go test it. As you can see, it didn't show us the lorem ipsum part. We have the press E to continue. This is when the player enters collision and presses continue. Yes, correct. Press E to accept. This is when the player accepted the quest, but we didn't hide the press E to accept. So back on our quest giver, when we are on reading, this should be empty. Not 0, empty. And this also should be. We'll see. Let's test. Player enter collision, press E to continue. This is after continue, press E to accept. This one player has accepted the quest, perfect. Now, we're not giving any hint, but if we press E, we could deliver the item if we holded it, but now we are not holding it, so this is the message when you try to deliver without an item. Okay. So this is here. Now, another check could be done that if we are holding an item, when we have accepted the quest, like after here, this is when player accepted the quest. Now, if we are holding an item, we can put a check on our code and decide if we are gonna print, press E to deliver. This can go endless. There can be unlimited mini fixes. Anyway, let's take an item. I think we have set the cone. Let's take the wrong item. Ah, that's nice. The particle also changes. This is the message after you have accept and you accepted. Anyway, wrong typing. Leave and come back. Press E to give item. If I don't have item, press E to continue. And it says this is the message when you try to deliver without an item. Like, go find it or something. This is the message. Okay, press E to give. This is the message when you try to wrong item, so this will cycle. Great. We're gonna leave the wrong item here. Let's get the correct item. This message, blah blah blah. Give item. And this is the message when you brought the correct item and the quest is complete. So if I press E, this should cycle. No. And we found a bug. So from what I see, we just need to connect this here because I made it, but I didn't add it to the graph. And I think it will be fine. So I'm getting the cone. Let's accept the quest first. Okay, still spinning. Here is your fresh cone. The item has gone away. This is when you brought the correct item back. Complete the quest. And if I press E again, nothing happens. I go out. This is the final message you have delivered and will always repeat when you come back. Right. Good stuff. I think this is it for this one, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.